This is a topic I've covered a lot, but I've got to keep going over it over and over again. It's for those who are chasing something, chasing this dream, but they're the only one that believe in it. It's tough, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Ain't afraid to bare my soul, ain't afraid to walk on coals. I ain't gonna tell no lies, I ain't gonna apologize. Can't stop me now, can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do.
Hello drivers, it's Enzo with the Race Driver Coach Show on, it depends when you're watching this, but on a Friday, which is a bit different, late afternoon, but I had an email that came in. And to be quite honest with you, I've got a video coming out Monday, which I've just recorded, a really good interview with a fitness trainer. It's a bit long, it's like 54 minutes, but we're going to be watching it together. I'm premiering it, so I'll be watching it with you, 7 o'clock UK time on Monday. So I didn't want this one to wait because I had an email come in today. And it was from, I'm going to call you T. You know who you are. And I said I'll do a video today on it, so I just wanted to keep my promise. So I'm getting one out today. And he wrote an email saying that he's a race driver, a current one. And he's at a point in his career where he's had good success. He's got sponsors. Excuse me looking down. I'm reading it as I'm calling it out. He's got good sponsors backing him. But the problem is that he seems the people around him are telling him to quit, or to say that it's going to get a certain, my career is going to get a certain level by a certain time of my life, and maybe that's not going to meet their expectations. So he just needed some kind of encouragement because he hasn't got anybody around him, nobody around him to sort of say, you can do it, or we're behind you. Now, this is the kind of problem you're going to have, right? If you're aiming, and did it myself, right? Pizza delivery driver, working in a factory, no education really. School I flunked on purpose because I was that against it. There was some parents split up at the end, and I just didn't give a toss about it. I was a wild child for a bit, and I wanted to be a race driver. Had no money whatsoever, as you can imagine, delivering pizzas for like £1.50 per pizza that you deliver, or per drop, per delivery. You have to do a lot of deliveries in a day to make money when you're paying for fuel. And then working in a factory, just a kid with no racing pedigree whatsoever. But I wanted to go. Luckily, my mum would always say, if you've got a dream, go for it. But my dad was a bit more protective and a bit more realistic, even though he'd come over from Italy and set up a business himself, he set up a pizza shop himself. So he succeeded. He still wanted me to play it safe. So, eventually he came round, but to start with, but I couldn't convince them. And it was never in my remit to try and convince them. It was like, in fact, I'm going my own way, to rebel, if anything, but I'm going my own way because I want to be a race driver. I haven't got a clue how I'm going to do it. And in the end, I got a little bank loan just to help me buy a race car, my very first one, and it was terrible. But still, I had the girlfriend at the time that I've been going out with for some time. Her parents were saying, what are you doing? You've got to look after our girl. You do realise it's 1 in a million chance that you're going to go racing. It's not really for people like us. Constantly. But it didn't used to defeat me. It used to drive me. I used to think, F you. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to go and work harder because you've really driven me and you've motivated me to do it even more. So, I'm all about translation. Whatever the world gives you, offers you, it could be a challenge, it could be people's criticism, whatever comes at you, right? Whatever you're confronted with, you're the person who translates what that means to you and how then it makes you react. It's not anyone else's job to believe in what you're pursuing. It's not their job. They're living their life. They're living their life, and they've probably got a 9-to-5 job, or just a safe job, or jobs. And they don't push themselves out because they fear that if it doesn't work, they won't be able to pay the bills. So if they've been going through life like that, and then they see you, and they think that's the best way to go through life, and then they see you doing something that is risky, that maybe isn't getting getting traction as much as it should for the amount of work you're putting in, they're going to say, why don't you quit? Why don't you get a normal job? Because that's the way they see the world. So if they see the world in a different way to you, then why listen to them? I put this post up earlier. Again, TS, you was the one who inspired the post that I put on Instagram about why you're listening to other people when they're saying give up. They're seeing it through these goggles that are safe goggles, and fearful. And maybe they tried something that didn't work, so they've been stung, they've been burnt by chasing a goal. They're looking through these goggles, and that's the way they see the world, their perspective. So they're going to judge on anyone that they care about, by the way. These people care about. If they're not jealous, because that's another reason why they tell you to give up, because they don't want you succeeding, they'll often coming from a caring place, because they care. They don't want to see you getting hurt. They don't want to see you ruining your life. So they're going to have that kind of advice, give up. But for you, it's different. Because you're in there, because you're getting some success, because you're chasing something that really means a lot to you, you've got a different pair of goggles on. You're seeing opportunity. You're seeing, I'm only getting one shot at this life. I might not even be alive for another week. Who knows what's going to come? I might catch COVID and it might take me out. I might catch cancer, which everyone's got now. I've lost so many family members for cancer. Anything, hit by a car, just die normally, just in your sleep. Who knows? And I don't know how long, it's a bit morbid, sorry everyone. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for. I know that I'm 1 in 400 trillion. The chance of me being here in the first place is 1 in 400 trillion. To be born in this time where opportunity is everywhere for us. I've been given a chance. I won the chance. I beat all these sperms to get here. I won the chance to be here. This is kind of how you're seeing it in a weird way. And I'm going to go and race a car. I can do whatever I want. If it doesn't work, and I'm in my 40s, and it didn't work, and I could still race then even actually, I can go and get a job. But at least I can get to my 70s, 80s, sit on that rocking chair, and look back and say, you know what? I gave it everything. Oh man, it was a ride as well. It was amazing. I didn't actually even make it to the pro levels, but I got a few races. I had something to wake up for, to train for. It drove me. And if it did work, it would have been amazing. But actually the journey that I was on and going for it, I'm quite proud of the younger self 40, 50 years ago that went for it. I'm quite proud of that person because they actually had the balls to go for it and not listen to everyone else. Or you can stop racing, get a normal job, completely forget about it, live a life that you're supposed to live, because in the 1950s they said that's how you're supposed to live, when it's not like that nowadays. You can do anything you want now, especially with the internet. Anything. You can make money. If you're a Star Wars fan, you can make money having a blog just talking about Star Wars. You can do anything you want now. It's different. You make the rules to how you earn cash, right? So say if you did go the safe way, and then you're on your rocking chair in your 70s and 80s or whatever life expectancy we've got when we get to rocking chair age now, and you look back and you say, I didn't even try. I let people talk me out of it. How are you going to feel then? You feel like you just wasted the last part of your life. You're going to be a grump. You're going to live in regret. Now I am a whole lot more scared and fearful of living in regret than having people prove me right and say you shouldn't have gone for it. Again, it's not their job to get behind you. It's nice when they do. It's lovely when they say, go get it, son, go get it, daughter. We know you can do it. Yeah, it's great, but it doesn't actually do much. You're going to get resistance because it's not normal. When you're living in a way that's outside of the norm, everyone that's in it is going to say things. But if they just spent time with you, to really understand how much it means to you, to see the world through your eyes, just for a moment, they took the time to do this, they'd kind of get it. They probably would come round. And T, if you're getting success, mate, you're on your way already. You don't need people to say, go get it. If you're getting success and you've got sponsors, there's so many people that are going to be watching this that have never won a race, never done a race, and they're wondering what to do. You're already doing it. You're getting the ball rolling. It just takes you to really dominate, to really make sure you're winning all the time. Get bigger sponsors and then you're on your way. Just make sure you do. Make that your quest. Make people, every time someone's saying something negative, it's like, yes, I've got to put another hour in now. Make it drive you. You're not going to fail. You're already succeeding. And this isn't just pump up. It's reality. You went out there. I think you're doing dirt track. I don't know. I did a quick search and found someone with the same name. But you went out there and you won and you got sponsors. That's like giving up on a business that's just about to pop. That's kind of successful, but then you're saying, oh, because my parents don't like it or whoever, I'm going to quit the company. What you're doing is just about to go. It's going to take so much work. It has taken so much work. So don't let go now. It'll be a waste. Remember, when you're 70, 80 looking back, what will that person tell you to do when they can't do things anymore like they used to? That's the person to listen to. You want that person looking back being so proud of this moment now, not jealous of where they are then and thinking, why can't I go back? Oh God, I would give anything to go back and give it my all and give myself a slap round the face. So this is to everybody that's out there, obviously. If you've got a dream, and importantly, you've got the skills. So this T who wrote in, he has got the skills. He's shown he can win. He's got the sponsors. So you got to go for it. If, however, you're really bad at driving, or you're scared of going fast, or you just can't do it, you know, you're always 2 seconds off, you just can't do it, then it's a bit different. That's like, that's being deluded. That's trying to do the Olympics when you're 5 seconds off on the 100-meter sprint. It's like, come on, you're not good enough. Maybe you can be an engineer. Maybe you can get in the motorsport the other way. So there's two sides to it. Obviously, we've got to be very aware of how good we are. You can't just be way off and thinking it's going to come because of law of attraction. Don't fall for that. But T, you are good enough. You've shown it. Now double down. Do even more work and dominate it. Win at every single event, you've got to have a victory. That's kind of the standard you hold yourself to. So you train harder, you work on the car more, you study the track just that little bit more, you talk to more people and you get success. I'm not going to say prove everyone wrong because it's nothing about them. This is all you on your journey. That's all that matters. I hope this just rings a bell in somebody. Everybody keep going. Get the skill if you haven't got it. If not, change the angle. Try something else in motorsport, but just remember that you're the only person that matters. Don't be deluded, but you're the person that matters when it comes to a dream. It's on you. Now go do it.
Can't stop me now.